Let's get into some movie news. What do you say?
Yep, let's ease into it, dip our toes in the water. Probably some of the biggest news. I mean, I wouldn't say surprising news based on like these two's history of collaborating with each other, but it's official that Brad Pitt has joined Tarantino's new film, The Movie Critic. I don't think he's playing the movie critic, but which I think a lot of people maybe assumed when they saw that headline. But if it's really is Tarantino's final film, it makes perfect sense that those two would be working with each other again.
Oh, that's what I assumed, that he was playing like the lead of the movie critic.
I don't know, because I thought they were
I
looking for more of an unknown for it. That's what they were like originally reporting, but I don't know.
Okay. Have they specified if he's the leading role or not?
They have not specified. He's just
'Cause I
they're
wouldn't be
just
surprised if he's just like the headliner, the way he is in Babylon. But
Well, they've just said he's joined the film. I guess the
oh,
headline he'll be
okay,
starring in it makes you maybe leap to that conclusion. But also, like Tarantino's the king of supporting actors. He's guided what like three
yeah,
people to supporting actor wins or something crazy like that,
right.
including Brad Pitt. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if he just gives Brad Pitt like a hella juicy supporting role. Yeah, I don't know. It would be kind of weird to see him as a film critic. I think that'd be kind of almost new
That'd be
territory
fun
for
though.
him. Yeah. Although
I
the
did hear.
character's,
I
I
think
think,
this
meant to be
was.
kind of a loser as well.
Mhm. I did hear, and this was, I think, a rumor that not Paul Giamatti, sorry, Paul Walter Hauser was being heavily considered for the role, and that got me really excited because I think he would mesh perfectly with Tarantino's dialogue and tone. So if that role is still up for grabs, I would love Paul Walter Hauser to lead the film.
Well, imagine, like, yeah, his sort of level of character in I, Tonya in a Tarantino film. That would, like, yeah,
Yeah,
very good marriage there. And yeah, again, that's why I don't know if Brad Pitt's playing the lead role because it was reported there was going to be Paul Walter Hauser, which two very, very different actors. So,
yeah.
yeah, and I think it would be cool to see him maybe give, I won't say like unknown, but an up and coming guy who's clearly got a shitload of talent, a role in a Tarantino movie. Who wouldn't want that?
Marvel's Thunderbolts has had some shakeups recently. Last time we had this segment, the trades, we talked about Steven Yeun's departure, and it looks like since then he's been replaced by Lewis Pullman. But the bigger news is that Ayo Edebiri has officially left the film due to scheduling conflicts, as has my excitement for the film.
I
Um,
mean, I with the current state of the MCU, I don't know if my excitement for the film was ever there, but I do. I'm a big fan of Lewis Pullman, so that little tidbit is cool. Even though Stephen Yeun would have been amazing, I don't know a whole lot about the Thunderbolts, but from what I can gather, it's a sort of like anti-hero squad type situation.
I think it's basically the Suicide Squad. Like,
Yeah,
the thing that makes me interested in this is just it's different from the other ones lined up. Like Captain America 4, I'm like, okay, that's we just saw that with Falcon and Winter Soldier. It could be something similar, but this, you're getting villains and you're getting the creative team behind Beef. I feel like it could be something really cool. And if you had Io Edebiri leading the film, that just made me like super excited more than the other ones that they announced.
it
But
really
yeah,
is
so it
kind of a
looks like she's going to
turning
be
point
replaced.
year for the MCU. It's very crucial that they get their next few projects right.
But it looks like Io Debris is going to be replaced by Geraldine Viswanathan, who's in the upcoming Drive Away Dolls. She was in Cat Person, The Beanie Bubble. I actually haven't seen her in anything yet, but she
She is
seems to be one of
in
the.
She is in the 2018 Netflix comedy The Package, from which I got my movie trivia nickname.
Oh,
So
and I
that's
know
the thing.
she's in
I'm
Blockers, but I haven't seen that.
right. Blockers is pretty good. I'm not as doom and gloom about this recasting as a lot of people are. Like, I love Ayo Edebiri. She would have been amazing. But I also think Geraldine Viswanathan is really great too. I've seen her in a few things, and I've liked her in everything I've seen her in. I think she's charismatic and funny. And she's Australian, which is cool. Like, we're slowly taking
Yeah, I
over
was about to
Hollywood.
say. Well, hey,
So
once I
I
see Drive Away Dolls, I think I'll be enthusiastic about this pick.
Yeah, and Blockers is definitely. I mean, watch The Package, bro. It's genuinely underrated. Or any
I've
chance
heard
to
about it,
shout that
actually.
out,
I've heard
I'll
a lot
get it.
about it.
It's so hilarious. It was wrongfully panned. But no, I think Ayo Edebiri, it's a bummer she's not going to be there. But I think as it's as good a replacement as you could ask for in terms of like an up and coming actor who deserves this shot in the spotlight.
Yeah, and I think Io's gonna be fine. Like she now has Critics' Choice, Golden Globe, and Emmy on her resume. I think I think she can get whatever role she wants right now, because she's so trending and has like shown her talent so skillfully this last year.
I mean, yeah, maybe scheduling conflicts is code for I've realized I'm above this now. And also,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's
she was in like
yeah.
15 things last year, so she can handle some scheduling. We have gotten a big smattering of names added to Paul Thomas Anderson's new film that he's shooting in California at the moment. We knew Leo DiCaprio was playing the lead. I'm not sure if you've discussed on the show yet, but we got like the images of his character looking quite different for Leo. So I hope he is doing something new in this one, because like he's been sort of playing that sort of southern doofus role in a lot of his last few movies. So
Which I absolutely love.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
every
here
time
for it.
he
I'm not
goes in
saying
that
it's a bad
southern
thing.
accent.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, in both Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Killers of the Flower Moon, when he has that southern accent and he's really dim-witted, I just love that kind of role for him. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Absolutely. So some of the new names we've got added: Sean Penn and Regina Hall. I think they were already announced, if I'm not mistaken. Sean Penn was in Licorice Pizza, I believe. I've
He
only seen
was.
that movie once. I don't remember it too well, but I think he was good in it. Alana Haim is reteaming with him, which is great to see. Teyana Taylor, who's joined, and I unfortunately have not seen 1001 yet, but I will before I finalize my awards. And there's a few other names that we got as well, right?
Wood Harris is in it. There's someone named Shayna McHale, who I don't know who she is, but she's a rapper by the stage name of Jungle Pussy, which do with that what you will.
And also someone named
I only-
Chase Infinity, who I'm not familiar with.
Oh, I think I've heard of this person.
All right,
I know
let's.
they've been in a
I'll
movie before.
bring up.
Warner Brothers is distributing this one, which good for them for distributing something that doesn't have the DC logo connected to it. And yeah, look, Paul Thomas Anderson, I'll see whatever he does. He's on my top favorite filmmakers, and us knowing like how Leonardo DiCaprio has gotten to like the A-list status where he becomes very picky with his roles, because when he does do a role every couple years now, he's giving it his all each time. So now every time Leonardo DiCaprio is taking on a role, you have to go, which I think he's had that status now for a while, and I love to
And
see
he's
it.
just ticking off visionary directors like Infinity Stones, like just collecting all of them. And I think I don't think he's ever really worked with a director like Paul Thomas Anderson.
I know this was a joke a while ago. I think even like 2018, where Tiffany Haddish said she really wanted to work with Paul Thomas Anderson, or it was the other way around, and the other one of them said, "Let's do it." So since then, I've been like
saying he wanted to work with her.
Yeah, and then
he is
Tiffany
very
Haddish is
connected
like,
to
"I'm down."
comedy.
Yeah, which is one of the things I like love about him. It takes a love for comedy to name like the lead in your film Reynolds Woodcock. So
Just incredible.
which apparently was Day Lewis's idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's because that film is, again, like, it may be on paper one of his more like stodgy, serious films, but God, that film has a sense of humor.
But yeah, there's so many different ways to rank his filmography that like I wouldn't be surprised if someone had Magnolia at the top, There Will Be Blood at the top, Boogie Nights, Punch Drunk Love. Like you could have so many great rankings of his films.
It's like more valid picks for number one than a lot of directors out there. Magnolia is the correct answer, is all I'll say. But
Agreed.
All right, the feature fanatics brought to you by Magnolia.
A movie that's excited me ever since it was announced, and it's called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Think about basically the King's Man, but in World War II instead of World War I. This is actually inspired by semi-real accounts of Ian Fleming helping form like a secret agency to foil Nazi plans. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but it's got Henry Cavill in his second spy movie of the year, and
it's only up from here.
In it. Exactly, it's only up from here. Isa Gonzalez. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. Henry Golding, Alan Ritson, Carrie Elwes. So yeah, we got a really stacked cast here. I will say Guy Ritchie's been kind of hit or miss. I wasn't big on Wrath of Man or Operation Fortune, but I would argue that The Gentleman and The Covenant are two of his best directed films. So I hope this one's a lot
I
of fun.
forgot he directed The
And
Covenant as well. That guy works.
yeah, he's already like shot another movie too that I have no idea what it is, and he's in pre-production for another one after that, like 2 movies after Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Honestly, I'm a Guy Ritchie head. Even his late period work, I'm a big defender of. Like Aladdin, I don't really care for, but like Wrath of Man, I enjoyed a lot. I even like the fucking King Arthur movie. I own it on Blu-ray.
Oh, I hated it. I love Man from Uncle though.
Man from Uncle's like one of his best films. I love his early stuff.
Yes.
Even Operation Fortune was kind of fun. I think this looks awesome.
I just anytime we get an action movie that looks as like invested into as this not based on some IP, I get excited. And so like in the case of Argyle, that kind of bit me in the ass, but you know, we still got this, and looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's got that cheekiness and humorous. And so if he and Ritchie throw that into here again, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
And Argyle was a film that was like trying to be IP, whereas this looks like a film that's first and foremost trying to show you a good time. And it's sort of like it may be doing kind of the Tarantino revisionist history thing where they're sort of basing it on true events, but clearly going in like a comedic direction and let's kill a bunch of Nazis. Lots of good Nazi killing imagery in the trailer. Henry Cavill has a good haircut in this one, thank God. I love seeing Alan Ritchson pop up in stuff. Like I used to watch Blue Mountain State and always thought he was hilarious in that show.
Yeah, what was his name? Like Thad in that show?
Thad, the goat.
My brother used to watch that.
Yeah, I mean it's a dumb show, but I enjoyed it a lot. This will be a short one. David Leitch is being eyed. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but he's looking like he's going to be directing the next Jurassic World movie. And I think Gull summed it up in our notes. All he wrote was "fucking why." Like I don't know what else we need to say to that. That is just a weird match of director to material, and it's just I'm not saying David Leitch is some like incredible auteur, but again, like modern day Ritchie, I think he makes fun action movies, and I think he would kind of be wasted playing around in that overdone Jurassic World sandbox.
Weirdly, I think we kind of need David Leitch right now. Like what I mean is like Bullet Train was like one of the only like non-franchise action movies that made as much money as it did. Now The Fall Guy looks like one of the most fun action movies this year. So like for him to follow it up with a Jurassic World movie where he's probably just going to get dictated by Colin Trevorrow or whoever's overseeing these films now, it definitely seems like a waste. But it was less than 2 years ago when I saw Bryce Dallas Howard tell Jimmy Fallon and the rest of the audiences that Dominion was the final film in the Jurassic Park franchise, and it's like killing me every time they do this. Planet of the Apes, we're getting another one, but even that, it's like it looks like they have an interesting thing going for them, but I don't care what it is with Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, whatever you want to call it. They say, oh, we want to just explore it from a different perspective. We want to explore this period of time.
It's all just code for we want money and we're out of ideas.
I don't think any new angle they take with this franchise will interest me, to be honest. Like
they don't have the mind to do anything creative with it unless they actually hand it off to like a really unique director and just give them creative control, which we just know isn't going to happen in this landscape where everyone's playing it so safe.
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion were just
terrible.
I mean, A, they played it so safe, but B, I just feel like they wore us out. Like they just felt like convoluted versions of better stuff that we had seen in 1993, and I just think that they've kind of milked it. Like there's nothing new, there's no new angle.
I mean, Dominion opened with and now this video. That's like I knew I was in for a rough time at that point.
Now this news, yeah. Honestly, I'd rather like a workplace comedy about the Now This News trying to cover dinosaur events. That would be better.
The actual newsroom, like they get attacked by dinosaurs. So yeah, give us more
like
weird
the morning show, or The Office, but with like them trying to cover dino news.
Let's just scrap the Jurassic universe and make more Godzilla movies. That's what I want.
I mean, wouldn't say I'm too excited for that next one either, but
I
that's a
am.
different story.
I'm excited for every Godzilla movie, brother.